Hey weebs and gamers, this is Eiji here, back with another deck profile. I'm doing it on my main, I guess, waifu deck for Nagato from Haruhi. It's one of my favorite anime series ever made, and also one of my favorite girls in all of anime. So I've had Haruhi for a really long time, like ever since it came out, and it just keeps getting support throughout the years, randomly here and there, and it's nice because it has that kind of cool mix of like some really old school like broken effects that you don't see anymore, but also combined with just some new, kind of standard good effects. So yeah, we'll just get right to it here. So I'll go by the levels first, as I usually always do. So first we have the 4 of this level 0. It's a 3500 on your opponent's turn, and it has Hand Encore. This because Haruhi, or at least doesn't have like any coin flips or runners or anything like that. So this is a nice good effect from the old set, and especially when you have global 5s, it makes it like 4K or 45. So pretty good. Then we have 4 of the Nagato Riki. So this effect is just like insane. Like this is better than just a normal Riki because its secondary effect is just on attack you can pump an SOS or Alien, I believe, 1K. So it's just a really powerful Riki effect. Just searches level 1 or lower, adds it to your hand. Very good card. Next we have 4 of the Global 500, with also has the Pay to Rest search your deck for an alien. This is mainly because you need full field of aliens for your early play, so you always want to have back rows with aliens. And 2 of this foil TD card. Move this over here. It's just come and play, gets power for your times your field. It's not that good of an effect, but when you're playing a waifu deck, you kind of have to make some, some considerations on what you're gonna play, because you can't play all the broken cards, right? You gotta play your waifu, right? So, but it's a good card, and I have the TD foils, which are very hard to get. I basically wasn't able to get them for like 8 years, and then finally was able to get them. And then finally we have 2 of this Nagato in Wedding Dress PR. Again, not that good of a card, I'd say. It's basically just come and play pay to rest, or I mean, just pay to heal 1, which is kind of cool on a level 0. Like never see that, but it's Nagato in a wedding dress, so obviously I'm gonna play that. So that's the zeros. Next we have 4 of the Power Up Pack Nagato. It's basically just a 106K that has it's like an on-field counter where it's when one of your other characters is attacked, you can discard a card and sack it, and then buff that other card by 3K, which is really good because this deck has like a 2K splittable counters like the old ones, like Sword Art Online has as well. And this effect applies before counter step, so sometimes you can make your level 1s just like 10K, like really hard to beat. But it does have a downside where it can't attack characters with higher level than it. So I find that this card is kind of struggles sometimes against Standby, because Standby also has really strong power levels, and it can't attack into like level 2s and stuff if you just want to like crash and do extra damage. So it's again, you gotta play it. It's a waifu deck, and it's still just a 106K beater, so it's pretty good. Next we have this. This is the new Brainstorm from the Kadokawa set. I am sad that it did not come in foil, because I would have loved to get foils of this, but it is what it is. So it's 1K to center permanent, which is very nice. Because it's a level 1 Brainstorm, so it's obviously going to have some sort of like slightly better secondary effect. And but it's just a pay 1 rest search Brainstorm, so for every climax you hit. So good card. Next we have 3 of this I guess Encore card. you'd say. This is one of those cards that I referred to as like a broken card that they'll probably never make again. Which is basically just when you play it to field, you can just choose one of your other characters, and it just gets free encore for the turn. So basically, like if you have like your early play and you swing and it dies or something, you can just free encore it for like no cost. It's just like really insane. And then next we have 3 of the counter, the 2K splittable counter. Very good. Another card that they don't make anymore because it's too powerful. Just being able to give 1K into 2 separate lanes, especially when you have like 106Ks or 65s or 7Ks. Super good. And then the final card is just 2 of this bomb, bottom deck bomb. It also has like a change effect, but I don't even play the card to go into it, so it's just there for bottom deck bomb. Yeah, that's it for level 1s. And you might notice it doesn't play any level 1 climax combo, and that's because we play, well, technically I play 3 different climax combos, but we play the main 2 level 3 combos, and there's just no room for a level 1 combo. And the only level 1 combo is the old Nagato one that goes with Book, and it's like, it's on attack like pay 1 and give your characters like on reverse draw 1, so I don't really think that's worth playing in 2021, so I just don't play it at all. So for my level 2s, I only play one level 2, which is this card, and this is what I was alluding to with the 3rd climax combo. So this is kind of just like it's like a troll card, but it's actually kind of a good card at the same time, and because it goes with +2 soul. So it's at the beginning of your encore phase, I believe, if you have the +2 soul in play. You can choose 2 of your other characters. I don't think it has to be front row. I think it can be any characters, but I haven't used this card in a long time. But it can be. But then you basically send those 2 characters to your memory, and then next turn they come back with +2500 power. So that's really cool because you can basically kind of again like dodge your characters dying. Like say if you swung into something and they counter you and your early play dies, right? If you have this in play, then you can just send it to memory and I'll come back next turn for free, and now you basically just free encore, and it has +2500 power. Pretty cool. And it goes with 2 soul, which is troll. So I love it. So then we go to the level 3s. Level 3s, we have 4 of the Nagato SP. Obviously, the waifu deck, I gotta play 4 of these, no questions asked. Now, to be honest, this card actually isn't that good, which is why I decided to I only play 3 copies of the pants for this one compared to 4 copies of the pants for the other level 3, because I just feel the other level 3 is a little bit better. But this one's still good. It's draw 2 ditch 1, which is really nice because Haruhi, even back in the day, Haruhi had no level 3s at all that like draw 2 ditch 1 or look at top X or that kind of thing, right? So this card being draw 2 ditch 1 is actually really helpful. It can just dig you into the correct climax or more copies of itself or whatever you want, right? And then it also has like a finishing effect, so you can I believe it's pay 2. I forget what its effect is, or what the cost is, but it's basically just you mill 5 and burn 1 for each climax you hit, or burn for each climax you hit. So honestly, I've never really liked those kind of effects that much because it just kind of ruins your compression late game. It's nice for like a Hail Mary, like if you're 3-5 and you're probably just gonna die next turn anyway, then cool. But like, you don't really want to use this when you're like 3-0 kind of thing, because then you're just gonna mill climaxes, and then if you can't kill them, you just die. So it's a good card, and obviously SP, I have to play 4 of it, but yeah, it is what it is. And next we'll move on to the actual best level 3, which is the Summer Festival Nagato. So this card is insane. It has always been insane, even since back in the day, and it's even better now because back in the day it went with book climax. But now, when they made the TD, they reprinted that book climax as a pants. So, extremely good. I really wish this deck had like a pants support. card, like a back row card, where if you trigger a pants, you can do something to like unclog your hand. So unfortunately, it doesn't have that, but pants is still better than book, and so this card is just if you have 4 more aliens in field, you can early play it, and on attack with the pants or book, you heal 1 and it gains 3k power per turn. So extremely strong attack power for level 2. It's usually 15k. Like if you have 2 global 5s in back row, it's 15k with like no cost, and can potentially heal you multiple turns in a row if it survives. If you have multiples of the pants climax. So extremely good card. Even from back in the day, like it was on the choice restriction list for Haruhi, so very good card. And this is one of the other cards that was on the choice restriction list, is the Dressed Up Nagato. So this card is another one of those broken cards that they'll never print again. I wish they would, though, because this card would be extremely helpful in like today's metagame. And it's honestly one of the reasons why I think like this deck can even like somewhat compete in today's metagame, is because of this card. Because basically, if your opponent has any sort of lingering effects on the field, like -2 soul walls, this deck destroys -2 soul wall decks, because you just play this and you send their whole field to memory and then put it back on field wherever you want, and it gets rid of all those effects, so they do nothing. And also it just allows you can move their back rows to the front row, to kill their back rows if you want, if they have like too big of walls set up in the front row. And that even goes in conjunction with its secondary effect, which is when you reverse something, you can the turn it's played, you can pay 1 and heal 1. So you can just move their back rows to front for easy reverses, and there you go. Super strong card. Yeah, I wish they would make it in Modern WEISS, but I don't think they ever will. So, and then the last cards are just the Climaxes. So this is the reprint of the book for the Summer Festival Nagato. Obviously, I have foils for that, and then we have 3 of the other foil pants Climax for the SP, and then 1 copy of the 2 soul. And I actually, like, even though 2 soul is troll, it's a meme, I actually feel that like when you're playing basically this many pants, playing 1 copy of a 2 soul is actually kind of really good, because sometimes you just don't want like more pants in your hand, and sometimes you can just get this, slam it, and just freaking go to town, right, and just like deal a bunch of damage. So yeah, I really like this lineup of having just the Tech 2 Soul, and I really like the level 2 that it goes with. So, but it's definitely not worth playing more than like 1 copy of, I would say, because it screws up with the other level 3 combos too much. But yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm probably going to try and get some games for this as well. I do tend to play it every once in a while. I tend to like to bust it out, because it is my only max rarity deck that I own. I'm working on getting some more max rarity decks, as I have like a few that are like half done. I just never got around to finishing them, but yeah, hopefully I can get those good, and I'll do some deck profiles for those. But in the meantime, hope you guys enjoyed my deck profile for Nagato. And this is Eiji signing out.